Hey, popular people, it is Mark and Carlo for yet another episode of the MPGIS podcast. Carlo, how the fuck are you?
I'm doing good. Yeah,
you sound great. Nice high energy.
Just super great. Hey, everybody, how's it going? When I wear a loud shirt, I like to dull my energy so that I have a nice balance. Otherwise, it's loud on loud.
If you've ever wondered what was the magic sauce of the most popular girls in school, it was two guys who couldn't be more different
Fucking
writing
not
together.
Stand each other.
Our images side by side right now. It's like,
it's the most appropriate. Like when we
fucking muted tones, blue background, and Carlos just shiny, just colorful and exciting.
Like that was one of the funniest things. Like when we did the first episode and we came on camera, both of us set up our room setups independently, and so we literally. Like you're in Mr. Freeze's lair, and I'm on.
There's a pink light. There's a little pink light over there.
That's true. That's true.
I'm just trying to do what the kids are doing. I'm trying to. I really would love to just be a game streamer. So if I could just figure out how to play video games, apparently there's quite a bit of money in that.
I mean, genuinely, like the first time that I saw your setup, I was like, God damn it, Mark really knows how to do that stuff really good. That's right. I forgot about that. Fuck. No, I don't think we showed our faces until the very end of season 1.
Yeah, right before the season finale, because we were shooting the season finale.
Yeah,
and we shot the making of.
Yeah, and I think we were asking the fans for like if you have questions about the making of, send us questions.
Because we were gonna do we split into 2 parts. The first part got released without questions. The second part got released after the finale, where we asked like the cast questions or something.
Yeah. And so if we're setting the timeline of where we're at, today we're looking at episode 5 and episode 6. If we're setting the timeline, we have at this point, we've started our own channel. Episode 4 was the first thing on our own channel. We uploaded the first 4 episodes there. And there's a little bit of a following for the show at this point. We talked about like different websites are finding it. That was how we met Bill. It's different aggregator sites. And there's an audience. But I think, to be honest, not as much as we had hoped for when we decided we were going to do a whole season.
Well, and when we moved, those first 3 episodes, which had like the most views, we were not getting the same views on we hadn't brought them over.
Exactly. And so
I think we had like 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, something like that. But again, it was that
would be about it.
Yeah, it was the most successful thing that we'd ever done, but a drop in the bucket compared to like anything where we could make a living off of it. And and so like at this point we had sat down and made the commitment to each other of like we're gonna do a season, so like 12 13 episodes somewhere on there. We'll figure out what the cadence is. I think we were releasing every 3 weeks, maybe every 3 weeks to a month.
I said I can do an episode every 3 weeks. And we shot the episode where Deandra gets her arm ripped off at my office, where I was doing editing for documentaries, Remember we shot that in the middle of the night?
Yeah, that's right.
And then so I shot some stuff at Lily's. I shot some stuff at my place. I shot an episode at my wife's apartment in Riverside. I mean, it was like I shot wherever I was going to be, because I usually shot an episode in about a day or 2.
Yeah.
And just stayed up all night and just crunched through it. But it still took a few weeks to get all the pieces together, to build the sets, to plan it out, to because we would edit the audio as one long thing. And then I'd do a storyboard, and then I could just crank through and shoot it.
And this was at a point, like, you were the only person who knew how to edit. Like, I hadn't learned how to edit anything yet. Like, I think it wasn't until season 2 or season 3 when you sat down and you were like, I need to teach you how to edit audio because I have to have something off of my plate.
Right. Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, it was very, I think the first season cost about $1,200.
Yeah.
Which is just a wild thing to think about, because I think the last season cost 100 times that.
Yeah, it was definitely 6 figures. And that was with us, with a bare bones team killing ourselves.
Yeah. That was us still not making money.
Yeah,
we still never personally made money.
No.
It was. I mean, the show just hadn't caught. It would explode between seasons 1 and 2, actually.
Yeah,
but at this point, we're still figuring it out. It was cool to actually have fans. We actually had people commenting, reaching out to us, you know, we're starting to meet, like we met Bill Sindelar and stuff. In fact, Bill Sindelar is going to be in this next episode. We had so much fun with him. We were like, we got to find the right spot for you. And Bill has such a unique voice and is so funny and talented that when we came up with this lunch lady character, we're like, ooh, what if Bill played this like creepy old lunch lady and just owned it? He just fucking owned it.
Oh my God, amazing. And I think this
like
might
so
also
many.
be, this is right around the time when you got a remote for your camera.
Yeah, so maybe it'll look a little better. It'll be a little less shaky. MPGIS was great because I could really go quick. I could do a minute in an hour sometimes. Now, it didn't look great, but the point of the show was it sounds good and it is funny. So it doesn't need to look incredible. We just lucked out with that working. But that just, you know, it wasn't an issue. And in fact, this episode we're about to watch has a very funny segment, which was one of my favorite things because it's just Belinda going back and forth.
Oh, yeah.
And all I did was just move her character once, and then I just repeated back and forth those clips. And I'm like, oh, yeah, look at this animation just going by. And all it was Trisha just being like, dut, dut, dut. And all you're doing is listen things off. I'm like, this is like 30 seconds and no animation. This is my favorite scene we've ever done.
Great. Well, let's fucking watch this video and then we'll talk about it.
Let's watch the $57 lunch. This is season 1, episode 5.
Oui, I will take a toasted baguette with a selection of foie gras and a Perrier, please.
Saison Marguerite. I am going to reiterate a point that I make to you at least twice a week.
That's like a
All that we
strawberry
have is
net
what is on the
in her hair.
chalkboard
What was
Yeah,
that
it
net
is.
from?
Yeah.
Is it
Yes,
I think that's what it was. Or maybe avocados?
How do you say?
You can see the scotch tape holding down Saison's hat.
have French fries.
It's amazing.
Yes, I suppose that will suffice yet again.
And that doll had so much hair, like trying to figure out what to do with it. It was insane.
Oh, right, because that's dolls from Tangled. What's also funny is this character that's constantly looking to the left.
Oh, yeah.
So she doesn't even look at the people.
Yep. At
So
this
we've
point-
swapped out Deandra's body at this point.
That's right. And we've migrated her ponytail to the top of her head. It's already starting to fall.
Yep. This is my favorite animation scene right here.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop. She's just moving back and forth.
And this whole order is like this is a Carlo joke to a T. Of just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
a bunch of fucking specifics all linked together.
One huge shit. Let me ring you up.
I like how nothing on that tray is really what she
But
brought.
like we were so limited in what we had in terms of food.
Forever 21. Shut up.
Yeah, exactly. There's only so many Japanese food erasers.
And then I forget how we landed on this idea that Belinda was in love with Cam. I'm not sure if it was in the room when we were recording or what.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's so random. It works so well.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
5728.
Holy shit!
Don't worry, I've got this.
And then here comes Michaela with her credit card.
Me, Michaela Van Buren.
Right?
Jesus Christ! Is that a fucking gremlin?
Again, trying to frame Michaela in any scene next to impossible.
Fucking thing after midnight.
Yeah, she's clearly not a third grader. She is so tiny.
Like barbecued underwear?
And that's a runner through the whole series. Is elementary school kids are the size of babies.
And we need
Well, it's the only size they make. It was just
Talk to
like,
Mattel. It's not our fault.
Cheersquad. You
Yeah.
got sent home from school for infecting the entire third grade with lice.
That's not true.
Oh, really? Because your teacher
And
told you
at
how to
this
recycle
point,
the
we're
salt
like,
salt shaker.
we don't have it in our head yet that we're gonna do a flashback episode or anything. Like, but this is all establishing lore.
I told you never to
Right.
talk about that. God.
Excuse me, I will cut a bitch if there is lice somewhere in my chili.
Belinda, we're kind of in the middle of something right now, so if you could, not.
once again, why is this family at the high school?
And we're like at this point we're also really cognizant of like, okay, so this is all one day, so we're linking everything together of like, oh, then it's lunchtime, so we're keeping
Oh,
kind of track
I
of
see.
the
They
clock.
walked right over. That makes sense.
Deandra, as you may know, the Van Burens have been engaged in a blood feud with those
That'd be amazing
teenage
if a high school actually had
girls
jalapeno
over
poppers.
here.
I
Oh my
doubt.
god,
We
seriously,
would like
right?
to formally invite you.
I'm in.
Or that amount of
What?
options.
But you didn't even get to hear our pitch yet. Did your pitch involve you buying me a $57 lunch?
Yeah.
Then I'm in.
That's probably very realistic now.
Okay, well-
Now,
Yeah,
$57
exactly.
lunch is like
Page.
2
Go on
burgers.
the Google
Yep.
Docs and start CCing you on all emails.
Ooh, Cameron, CC me too at ladytatertot@gmail.com.
which was a real email address. I mean, I'm sure it still is a real.
We still own
address. We still own it.
Yeah.
And
Send your fan mail there. We don't check it.
That's where people would send, fan mail, fan art, all kinds of stuff. But then eventually, so many people thought it'd be hilarious to just keep signing it up for spam stuff, and so it's just useless now.
This is the first Judith as well.
First Judith, yep. This was a voice that Lily kind of like had in her arsenal, and we were like, all right, let's make a character out of it.
State. Yeah. Woo.
Ouch.
Which at that point, I don't think we'd connected Rachel and Judith as a team yet, like in our heads, like it was just like a way to end the episode.
No, it's just like some nerdy. I think what happened was we had to make characters to stand in line,
right?
And Lily made Judith and was like doing the voice and be like, "Look at me, I'm just little."
That's right.
And so we
That's what it
added this thing of like, well, let's have her come in and do it. Like that's clearly.
Yeah, because that
It
that
was
specific,
literally like a bag full of Barbie clothes and a bunch of old Barbie dolls, and it's like make your own character, and it's like I think it's this character.
Yeah, and it was literally like that doll was grow your own hair Barbie, like that's why her hair's like that.
Oh right, and hair would like come out the top.
Yeah, the hair would come out the top, and we gave it, and like Lily gave her that bowl cut, and then we just kept adding shit to her. Like, yeah, no, she got a retainer, and she then had a broken arm, and Than's glasses. Like for a long time, we had to pass glasses back and forth between Than and Judith because we only had one pair.
Oh yeah. See, and glasses are hard to find, as I've recently found.
Oh my god, seriously. Yeah, that's why for a long time Than and Judith are never in the same scene together.
Boom. What a behind the scenes drop right there. I honestly don't think I remember that.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't remember that until
Thad and
this
Judith
moment.
share the
Until
same
this
glasses.
exact moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
And also that Rachel's glasses say Ken on the side. Did you know that?
I knew that either.
Yep.
Well, I knew that we were trying to avoid using too many logos, and then I didn't really understand that 61 is a massive logo thing for them. I just
we
didn't
had
know what the
no
hell
clue
it was.
at the time. But yeah, like that was the thing we figured out early on, like with the way that we were making the show. Let's avoid anything that has like a big Barbie logo because that's not what the show is about. The show is not about this is what Barbie would be like in real life. It's like it just so happens to be a bunch of dolls. And we're using that to tell our story. And so we were very intentional with that. A lot of times there was stuff that we did not catch. Where it's like, oh, did you realize it's dressed as Barbie on it a bunch of times in script? Oh, no, sorry.
This episode did inspire one of your favorite extra credit videos.
Love that. So years later, I think it was 2017 because I was dating my wife at the time. So it's probably 2018.
Brag.
Yeah, I'm married. I have 2 children. You can read between the lines what that means. I'm fucking.
Oh, Jesus. Means there is no God. The world's got a little bit darker.
There's 2 Carlo Mosses in the world now, literally. But yeah, like we made a video called the $57 Lunch Challenge where we went to the YouTube space. And we competed to see who could eat more of Deandra's lunch, which we'll link to. We'll link to that. We
had the entire $57 lunch spread out, which it was impossible to eat. One of them is an entire Chinese chicken sandwich, or what is it? Chinese chicken salad?
Something like that. It was taco salad, but I think we couldn't find taco salad.
Taco salad.
So we bought Chinese chicken salad. I mean, it's literally a loaf of bread is in there.
Right, a loaf of bread is in there. It's not an actual thing you can eat. But we sure did try, and it was disgusting and horrible. And Carlo did not hold back.
Dude, you better eat that creamsicle quick. It's mine.
No, I'm going with the opposite strategy. I'm waiting until it turns full liquid, and then he's drink it.
Oh. From a bag? Mm-hmm. Creamsicle in a bag. That's like Deandra would have done. Here's the worst part of this challenge. The worst part of this challenge is having to listen to Carlo eat next to you. Because he's got a wet mouth. He's got a big, wet mouth. Oh, come on. Fucking keep it down.
Oh man, I think I dipped a creamsicle in soda or a strawberry shake or I had something.
No, you like let a creamsicle melt
and
you put
melt.
it in a hot dog bun.
I let it melt and then I put it in a hot dog bun. That's what it was. Yeah.
You sick fuck. No wonder you're Deandra.
If you haven't seen that video, I encourage you. It is so gross, but very enjoyable.
I would love for that to become an internet trend.
Oh my God.
People
please.
trying to do I mean, come on. There's enough mukbang weird ass shit out there. Let's get some
Fuck
$57
this podcast.
lunches.
Let's not do the podcast. We're going to do hot ones, but with the $57 lunch. You have to come on to our
We should
show.
have Robert Downey Jr. Here's your loaf of bread. Now tell us what it was like.
Robert,
when you were in rehab.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead and chow down on some of those jalapeno poppers and talk to us. They're very cold.
Yeah. They are old. Yeah.
When we were shooting that video, the hard part was we had to send one of our PAs. I think we sent Carly, right, who ended up started with as an intern with us and was with us for years. Like, Carly, go around town, get everything on this list. Well, here's the catch: nothing will be hot. Nothing will be basically edible because you have frozen items like a creamsicle.
Well, she could have lined it up properly. You know, bread loaf, that's going to last. We can get that off first. But I'm pretty sure they got like the corn dogs and the jalapeno poppers first. And it was like, these are disgusting. And the nuggets were hard as rocks.
They were fucking rocks.
Unfortunately, no one sells a ketchup boat anymore.
It's true.
Was that a thing you thought was a thing, or was it just a word you made up?
Is
Ketchup boat?
A little bit of both. A ketchup boat is just like, the little paper boat that like you might get nachos in.
Now this is what I thought you meant, like a little corn dog bowl thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's interesting to me that you're calling it a boat.
Yeah, it's a boat.
I don't know what kind of little
boat.
Yeah, like we've all seen it, but what are you floating little corn dogs down the sewer line? Like, when are they boats?
I think that's
the
the term
bowl
for
a
it.
boat to you?
I think that's the term.
Paper boat?
Yeah. You wouldn't call it a
I
bowl.
love your look around. Yeah.
Yeah. For the sake of this bit, yeah, that's what I call it.
It's a paper boat. So if you filled it full of ketchup, which you shouldn't do because that would be then called a ketchup boat.
Ketchup boat, exactly.
I like that Deandra orders off the secret menu at the lunch table.
Like,
yeah, let me get that ketchup boat. You know what I'm talking about. That's where you take a fry boat and you fill it with ketchup. It's called a ketchup boat.
In it. Yeah, you know what's up.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know about that. All right, new trend. Fuck the $50 $7. I want you guys going to In-N-Out, and I want you guys to get the ketchup boat.
The ketchup boat,
and
son.
see if they don't fill a little fry bowl with ketchup.
There you go. It's the new internet challenge. But yeah, that whole order, like who knew that it would take on a life of itself. We made a whole video out of it. We made shirts off of it. And
the incredible thing about that, when we did that video, you calculated, or either maybe I did you make it to the end of the video where I figured out all the receipts? The total for that order was like $55, and we got the Coke for free.
Yeah.
So like it was a $57
It literally
lunch?
came out to $57 in real life.
Dude. Okay, new challenge. We're doing a new challenge. How much do you think that lunch is now?
Oh man.
I'll bet you that lunch is every bit of $95.
I was gonna say 130.
Oh Jesus! Well, you live in California, so that makes sense.
That's true.
Gas is more expensive.
Yep, exactly.
But all right, so guys, we had a lot of good internet challenges going.
Yeah. So this is the last episode of this podcast. Join us next time when we're going to start interviewing D-list celebrities while they have diarrhea.
Welcome to the $57 podcast.
What do you guys call it? That fucking starting.
What we do is every episode we take $57, we get as much food as we possibly can, which unfortunately is 3 tacos.
Exactly.
And we see if a celebrity can eat it. They do every time. It's pretty quick. It's a pretty short show.
Chicken shop date can be a thing, so can this.
Yeah, by God. We got the same charisma as that Brit.
Fucking A. Anyway, so the $57 lunch was one of the lasting legacies of this episode, and really introduced what Deandra's whole deal is. Because up until now, we've only known that she has painful shits. Now we understand why she has painful shits.
I love that you're like, now we fully understand Deandra.
That makes sense to all of us.
First we only knew about pooping. Now we understand there's also eating, and that's Deandra.
That's right.
There we go.
That's how it works.
All that talk of well-rounded characters we talked about last episode. She poops and she eats.
And occasionally she narrates it through singing. Beep, beep, beep.
Right.
yeah.
Let's not forget her famous singing career.
Yeah. Did I ever share with you like who one of the main inspirations, like what character was the main inspiration for Deandra? This is gonna be a deep cut.
No, but I can't wait to find out who else you've plagiarized, you fuck.
Do you ever watch the show Happy Endings?
No.
Here's a suggestion for all of you out there in podcast land. Go check out Happy Endings on Hulu. It had 3 seasons in the early 2000s or early 2010s. It's amazing. It's wonderful. And there's a character on there that was a loose inspiration for Deandra's love of eating. The Alicia Cuthbert character, who looks almost identical to Deandra, but loves ribs equally as much. And that was something that I pulled where I was like, oh, that's funny.
I don't know. I'm kind of rethinking the rib guy. Do you need a wet nap? It's the way you eat them. You can't watch this. You just gotta take it down like a champ. Oh my God! When I get drunk, I eat ribs.
None of the pooping jokes. That was all me, baby.
Well, what? Yeah, there you go. That's the creative
this guy.
license you took there. Yeah, that's the genius.
Yeah. But yeah, so this is the genesis of so much of Deandra's eating. And that was a formula we would go back to plenty of times of just, here's what Deandra ate today.
Well, and also this introduces Deandra getting to know the Zale or the Van Buren
Burens.
family, who, just are our fun family that we always deal with and go to.
Yeah.
It's so interesting because we wouldn't say that. I guess you'd say Shay's the main character.
Yeah.
But she's not like the core, but she's the one whose family we spend all the time with because it's just a funny, ridiculous family.
Right, exactly. And we establish in episode 1 that Deandra talked to Shay Van Buren. And that's the connection that we have there.
Right.
She mentions, oh, Shay Van Buren told me all about it. That's the introduction.
So
of
much
Shay.
to keep up with,
So then
Who can
it
keep track of all this
connects
shit?
here. And that was so much of the first season was taking a breadcrumb that we sprinkled and then picking it up later.
Well, and it just became, we're about to see in this next episode, it's such a nice vehicle of the new kid
Exactly.
who kind of meets everybody. And then, of course, the joke ends up being, and I think, because we planned out this season. At this point, we have planned out the season.
Yeah.
So
we know
knew
we're
it was
going
gonna
to
be like,
prom.
Yeah, well, and we knew she's going to join the Van Burens, join the Cheersquad. Then there's like a betrayal. And I think we'd even planned out, like, what if they, like, ripped her arms off?
Yeah.
I think we
forget
planned that
where that
pretty
came
early
out.
on.
And I think that was your suggestion, if I remember correctly.
That sounds about right.
Yep.
Any of the violence,
Like we talked about, yeah.
Usually
If it's violence or cursing, it's you. If it's pooping or ridiculousness, it's me.
All right. Well, let's move into episode 6 here. The letter 0.
Yeah.
And this is when Deandra beats Brittany Matthews. Another one of our famous clips right here.
This is like an iconic shot too. Just like such a great way to start it.
When we figured out she could do the splits.
I don't know, Mom.
And where we establish Brittany's relationship with her mom on the phone.
Give me some goddamn mouse
Yeah.
fat. Can I help you?
Probably not.
Deandra's ridiculous leather shoes because it's the only shoes I could put on her to hold her up.
I think they were like big furry boots, right?
You are, but
I'm Deandra. I'm
Yeah.
new.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, really? Because it sure seems like you do.
But I don't.
Well, good.
Great.
Fantastic.
Super.
Awesome.
Great. Oh my God, thank God you're here. This fucking slut. Not right now, Brett.
It's the
The
introduction of
Cheersquad gets
Kate
all their
Frisbee.
outfits.
Kate Frisbee's first episode
Oh,
was
right.
Mackenzie Zales.
Cheerleader, homecoming queen, part-time model.
Yeah, you cursed me out in the back.
When Kate came in to do this episode, like the minute that she came in with that voice, we were like, "Yep, got it, great."
So long ago.
Yep.
Right, Trisha?
So this is still the same day. It's so funny. I don't think
It's
I
the same
realized
day, and this is like one of our first meta jokes, where Trisha's talking about how it's literally hours ago and all that.
that. Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Nothing.
Allow me to introduce you.
Because
to
at this
the
point, this
co-vice
is maybe
captains
9
of
months
the
after the first
Overland
episode came out.
Squad, Brittany Matthews.
Yeah, probably.
You're the hand job girl, right?
What? Fucking Connor DeFernan. Anyway, Deandra, I'm glad I ran into you here. We would like to offer you a spot on the Overland Park cheer
And this is
squad.
another trope that we would just go back to always of the cheer squad recruiting Deandra.
I'd have a baton.
Right.
The letter 0.
That would be the letter.
I love that joke.
Oh. That makes sense.
She can hold a fucking douche.
Was that your joke or was that an improv? Because I know it wasn't mine.
Brittany, sidebar.
I mean, maybe. I have no fucking clue.
We
I just
have
love that
war, Brittany.
we realized when we
need
did Brittany's
allies.
outfit, we've made the park way too small. It doesn't even cover it properly. So Mackenzie and Trish actually have a better park.
But it's hot glued on there, so we're fucked.
All personnel decisions.
Yeah.
Got it? Got it. Then fucking act like it.
So, did you hear about Tim Wallace's new car? It's a Fiat.
This is where we
This is all
find
improvised.
Trisha. This is Trisha.
Yeah,
Like,
this is just Garrett
We have new
improvising.
just me and Garrett just fucking around.
now.
That's great.
God damn it.
Those little asides from Trisha always kill me.
Hey, we'd like to formally offer you a spot on the Cheersquad.
I'm in.
Really?
This is also where we start to see Mackenzie's bald spot.
Deandra, on the fourth
Yeah,
floor,
her hair was a little tough to deal with.
Yep,
next to the
real tough.
Jamboree, there is a bathroom. A bathroom that is reserved for only the most elite of Overland Park's elite.
And I definitely think it took us a while to figure out like what's the thing that they can offer Deandra.
It's got potted plants.
Because we
Yeah.
did the lunch in the previous episodes, but we had to find something analogous.
I
It was like eating, pooping.
Yeah, she has one of two things. We've already bribed her with food, so now we'll bribe her with pooping.
Congratulations.
This is
You're
also the
definite
spot where
and
we
will
started
be
realizing,
regarding
oh, we have
reasonable
catchphrases,
living.
and we should start hammering those. And so like that's where we hit. I want to poop here.
Well, yeah, literally, we'd just be reading the comments and be like, oh, this is what they're catching. This is what they like.
Exactly.
Better believe it, I will take this megaphone and shove it up your ass!
Brittany, that girl will be the key to us regaining control of the girls' bathrooms.
Wait a minute. You lost control of the girls' bathrooms? Where the fuck am I supposed to shit now?
Oh, you can go to Jack in the Box across the street. You have to buy something, but I like their tacos.
There was a Jack across the street from my school. I like to think I came up with that line.
That makes sense, especially because there's definitely not any Jack in the Boxes in Kansas. It's a West Coast brand.
Yeah. Oh, really?
But-
Oh, that's
yeah.
so
Oh, yeah. But like, that's the first episode where we see Brittany and Mackenzie interact. That's their first interaction ever. Where like,
yeah, that's the first time we start to see the Cheersquad.
Exactly, and in our heads, they've been joined at the hip for forever. But then you watch this back, you're like, oh, they don't actually meet each other until interact with each other until episode 6. And all these things are going across.
All these things, it all kind of grew organically. It wasn't very planned. Obviously, the first 2 episodes weren't planned,
Yep.
but like. We just lucked out that, there's actually a pretty good dynamic here of these 3 characters. We have Mackenzie, who's obviously the leader and the alpha. We have Trisha, who is blatantly just an idiot and fairly innocent. And then we have Brittany, who is a fireball and just loses her temper and the muscle, basically. And it's like, it wasn't the plan, but it's like, this is a nice little group. This works.
Exactly. I think like you watch Brittany in episode 2 compared to Brittany here. We've figured out, this is what she is, where she is just living violence. Like
exactly.
We like the parts
She's
of her
angry at all times, possibly because she's constantly dealing with a UTI.
Exactly.
That very well could be the issue.
But I think like in episode 2, the version of Brittany we first meet, there's a little bit of Valley Girl to her, a little bit of ditz to her, of like yay Glee. Here you get like all of her anger and vitriol turned up to 11, and it just stays there for the entirety of the series. And then I think like both the way that Mackenzie and Brittany are written and like their dynamic, it's the perfect counter to Deandra, right? Where Deandra, we've always said Deandra's superpower is she doesn't give a fuck about anything. And if you go through high school and you have that, here's some advice for you kids. If you don't give a fuck, you have the ultimate superpower as a teenager. Just don't care.
That's right.
Right? You're instantly
people
the
are like,
coolest kid in
you
school.
can't do that. And you go, well, I don't care. They're going to be upset. Yeah. Shay wants to destroy. Mackenzie wants to hold on to. Mm-hmm. Brittany wants to just fight people. And Deandra is just trying to get what's best for her. She's
That's
like the
all she
little
cares
finger.
about. And she also, we like at this point, we don't know this, both the audience and us as writers, but she's trying to keep a low profile because she doesn't want her history to get out. She doesn't want people finding out.
Oh,
about
right.
the
She doesn't want to
whoopsie-whoopsie.
get involved with a cheer squad again because she just left a cheer squad.
Exactly. Like this was her whole world. And she's like, I know this is nothing but trouble. I just want to poop and eat.
Yeah. I'm done with that life.
Pooping and eating. I'm not the life, man. But yeah, so we get a lot of the first interactions and the establishing of dynamics in this episode, where like we see Trisha interacting with Deandra, and we find like, oh, there's just they're always missing each other, and Trisha just constantly trying to please her, and so we see everybody like slotting into their roles of what they're gonna be throughout the course of the show, and we start building the story that there's tension between Mackenzie and Brittany.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that basically, she's like a wild pit bull who you don't want her to bite you. And then, of course, that's something we'll examine in season 4.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I think, one of the fun things about watching these 2 episodes together is that they are mirror images of each other. And we're seeing how each group interacts with Deandra and what they can offer her and how they look at the world almost similarly, right? There's all this... with both the Van Burens and the Cheersquad, there's all this hierarchy and bureaucracy and formatting of we do this way. We'll add you the Google Docs. We'll add your email to this. We have this group chat. This is how we run popularity. We run it like a fucking business.
Yeah, now you would join the Trello or get on Slack.
Yeah,
get on the Cheer Slack.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, Discord. That's what it'd be.
Or they're only communicating via Telegram because they don't want anybody fucking knowing their shit. Mackenzie's on the dark web.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She got some serious secrets.
Yep. This was also the episode. I was going to say, this is the episode where we had to go and find more cheer uniforms.
Or we just bought more Brittany's.
Yeah, that was the only way to get more cheer uniforms, was to buy more Brittany's. That was the only character that had that particular uniform, because there were other cheerleader Barbies who will show up in season 2.
Yeah.
But they are not the same cheer uniform. And it's like, this is the only fucking way, is to buy this $20 doll.
Yeah, it became like an exact kind of doll. And in fact, I think later we ended up having to swap Brittany out, or we tried to for a little bit. There's another Brittany doll we used for a bit. And she has a different face.
She has a different face.
Because these are dolls. They're not designed to be identical. So, but for this show, you fucking notice. You'll see when what we'll call clean hair Brittany shows up. Because what happened was Brittany's hair was starting to get gray and crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, by the end of the show, Brittany's hair is like out.
I'm gonna duck out of camera because I think I have Stunt Brittany over here.
Okay. Well, here, while you're doing that, I will tell you the story of the meanest thing anyone's ever said to me was said to me by my wife recently.
This is great.
Oh, this is good. So I was talking to my wife was talking about something recently, and she goes, well, the 2 things that I really look for, like that I really like that turn me on, are guys who are tall or guys who are funny. And so I'm like, oh, well, you hit the jackpot then with me. and I swear to God, she looks right at me, not joking, and goes, well, I mean, you're tall.
Fuck, man.
I was like, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
But I mean, like, she's like, you're not like a jokey person. I'm like, that's like my whole fucking personality.
Yeah, you realize what my thing is, right?
She was like, no, everything you like, what you write is funny, and like, in her mind, funny means like, I don't go around being like, hey, well, what do you call 3 pigs in a bar?
Walk over here.
Yeah, it's somebody who tells jokes, not somebody who like sarcastically comments on the world around them.
So your wife is attracted to annoying people.
So it was just so funny. Her just fucking like, and not realizing how upset it would make me. I was like, I would have rather you said I wasn't tall.
Yeah,
I'd rather you said I was short and funny.
You would have been fine.
Tall and not.
You would have been fine if she would have just been like, I mean, you're not that tall. To be fair, that's not true. Yeah. You're a fucking giant.
No. She just straight up did not understand what I mean when I said that. I was like, wow, you hit the jackpot. She's like, well, I mean, you're tall. And I'm like, that's the meanest thing anyone's ever said. You love me. You know more about me than any other human. That's the meanest thing I've ever heard about.
If my wife said that to me, I'd be like, I'd just be walking around and be like, what the fuck? But is it too many bits? Is that what she's responding? Like, I've been giving myself notes constantly.
Now, in their defense, she doesn't always love all my jokes. That sometimes my jokes are a bit too vulgar for her. But my wife's big secret is she is just as vulgar as me, and her jokes are wildly more offensive than any of mine. In fact, the Mackenzie Zales line, when Mackenzie Zales says, Jesus fucking yellow penguins.
Oh, Jesus fucking yellow penguins. Yes.
That was written by your wife.
My wife said that.
That's right.
In real life.
Yep.
Just once she got
that.
started by something or hit something and you go, oh, Jesus, fucking yellow penguins. And I was like, I have to stop. I have to write this down. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
I remember you coming into a writing session with that. Like, I got it. I fucking got it.
I was like, I don't know how we get to it, but I got a string of curse words that I can't believe.
Yep. Would you like to meet Stunt Brittany?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Look,
yeah. There
she
you go.
looks kind of like Brittany, right?
Yeah. It's like it's almost there, but it's not quite there.
Yeah.
It's the craziest thing. So
Also, she has no
with our
legs.
characters. Oh, Jesus. Real Stunt Brittany.
They fell off. They fell off at some point. Or I think we probably ripped them off. I don't know. Like, I don't know what body this is.
Yeah. You guys want to know how we got Brittany to do the splits?
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, this is a Brittany where if we needed a background shot or anything where it wasn't close up on her face, we would use Stunt Brittany because they were not consistent. So we had to run original Brittany into the fucking ground.
Well, and things were happening where like their lipstick was peeling off.
Mm-hmm.
So like, they were just getting messed up. Now we ended up getting like art people to come in and touch things up so they got a little better. But yeah, we really do have an issue or a thing with the show of like, we can't get rid of these heads because there are no heads like it. You buy the exact same doll, it's not the same face.
That's not
it's just
Brittany.
not identical.
That's some
that's
fucking
not
blonde
Brittany.
girl. Yep.
You guys know that's not Brittany.
Like even like the smile, it's not as bitchy. There's something
There is
about
something
her
about it.
Right? There's something about it.
We somehow just found a kind of bitchy smile.
Yep. Yeah. And it's that became one of the struggles was like figuring out how to keep these dolls going because they were not made for stop motion. Stop motion figures or stop motion puppets, as we would later learn, is the preferred term. Our animators would get they would get very offended if we called them dolls.
They're like, they're not dolls, they're puppets.
They're puppets.
Like, well,
we're like, I don't know.
I bought them in the doll part.
Yeah, exactly. We got them at Toys R Us. And Toys R Us has a section.
They came with a
for
little
puppets.
hairbrush.
Yeah, exactly.
Like dolls often do.
Yeah. But yeah, so like that was a huge thing was figuring out how to keep these dolls going, even though they were falling apart every possible way, and how to animate them because they're not meant to be animated.
Yeah.
Kudos
Well,
to
and
them for
that's,
figuring all that
we
shit
just
out.
eventually, when fans were just starting to get a little pissed off and being like, is no one going to talk about Mackenzie Zales' giant gap in her hair?
Exactly.
And it turned out she wasn't actually losing hair. We could have fixed it. It's just, we didn't know. It was me and Carlo. We don't know how to deal with Barbie's hair. So we literally were like, fuck it. We're just going to write it in and pray to God we come up with a solution.
Also, keep in mind, we're working regular jobs, for our lives. This was all a hobby at this point. Everybody's donating their time. Like, it's not making any money.
Carlo, let's be very clear. It's a hobby right now.
That's 100% right.
This ain't making the bills either.
It was a hobby. Then it started being our jobs. Now it's a hobby again. Mark,
the circle of life.
I'm curious. So this episode comes out sometime in 2012. What are you doing for work at this point?
At this point, I am an editor for documentaries. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Because I was still doing that by the end of the first season.
Right. And so I remember we ended up shooting a lot of season 1 at the documentary studio, like in your off hours.
Yeah, I think so. I think at least some stuff, because I used to work all night long because I'd have to capture all this footage and stuff. But yeah, so at that point I was doing that. I mean, I was trying to, I was being an editor and, didn't know what I wanted to be. But this was awesome because I was writing and directing these.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you another little funny story about this. Right when these are starting to come, they're very successful as far as we're concerned. We're getting thousands of views. Nothing we've ever done has been that popular. And I had a film teacher in high school who, named Mr. Hawk, an amazing film teacher. I still talk to him to this day. And I went to him and I was like, hey, look at this thing I'm making. Look how many views it has. And I showed him Most Popular Girls in School. And he watches it and he just looks at me and he goes, Mark, don't do this. He's like, you're so talented. Don't do this. Don't make this the thing you're doing. And he's like this sweet, kind, never cursed in his life guy. And he just watched one episode, was like, please don't do this. And I'm like, no. This is going to work. This is going to be a thing. You just wait and watch.
Have you talked to him since then?
Please.
Have you had any follow-up conversations? Okay. Have you reminded him of his terrible advice?
He doesn't understand why Most Popular Girls in School is what it is. But like when he was teaching in high school and the show was popping off, he'd be like, oh, this is my old student Mark Hope. And they'd be like, wait, Mark opened this show? And they'd be like, yes. And
Yes,
they'd lose their fucking minds. They'd be like,
hilarious.
well, apparently it's working. I'm like, exactly.
That's right.
So yeah, I do rub it in there a little bit, but it was just the funniest, most honest moment of like, please don't do this.
It's so funny that you had that interaction because like, I feel like right before we started doing this, I had an agent who fired me because she told me you need, like, I gave her a reel of like some of my some of my voice work from the show and stuff. And she was like, hey, you need to not be so goofy if you want to get any work. This is too goofy. You need to try to be a bilingual dad. And she kept saying the word goofy.
Bilingual dad.
Yeah. She kept sending me, I'm not bilingual. I'm Latino, but I do not speak Spanish.
And at the time, you were nowhere near a father.
Yeah, exactly. I was like 25. And she kept sending me out for like Domino's ads where I needed to speak both English and Spanish and have a son. So it was, but she took, that was the advice that I got was you need to stop being so goofy. And I was like, but what if I leaned into being more goofy and stupid? And then Most Popular Girls was born. But yeah.
So guys, our lesson is don't listen to anyone. They're all fucking idiots.
Yeah. So at this point, like we're both doing this on our off hours. You're editing. I'm teaching myself like Photoshop as quickly as humanly possible. Like I think this might have been the period. There's a window here. I had like 25 jobs in 25 months, and I kept getting fired from stuff. I kept trying to do whatever to keep the bills paid. Yeah. But at this point,
a real piece of shit to work with.
Yeah, I suck. I've been let go from multiple companies multiple times. They hire me back and they're like, this is a terrible idea. We're doing layoffs. But like at this
somehow
time,
you keep coming back.
I'm literally doing web design in a guy's garage with 3 old men in Santa Clarita. And the one saving grace of this terrible job was that they had Photoshop on one of their computers. And they didn't have very many clients. So like I would have like an hour of work each day. And then I had like 6 or 7 hours to teach myself how to make YouTube thumbnails and how to do like all the graphics for our show. Because eventually where we got to with our working relationship was we will tag team everything creative because we figured out we could write together. And up until that point, I hadn't really enjoyed writing with other people that much. And we just had a dynamic that filled in each other's gaps. And then the agreement was like, you're animating everything. You have everything on your plate. And it grew to, you will handle everything operations, everything on the floor, working with the animators, and I'll handle everything outward facing, whether it's graphics, social, email communications. And so this is the genesis of, all right, well, I got to teach myself Photoshop so that I can make thumbnails that actually look good. Because the first couple of thumbnails that we used, I like built those in a website builder because that was the only thing I knew how to use. I used Wix. And then just screen grabbed it, and that was our like first 3 episode thumbnails. And then eventually,
I wish we had fucking AI.
Fucking insane. And then
that reminds me.
Yeah.
Speaking of AI, I want us to take a second, and I'm going to show the thumbnails.
Oh God,
that
yes.
AI generated.
Fucking
when
yes.
they watched our first podcast. So hold on, let me just pull these up here.
But you bring that up. I'll share the other part of like how this all worked in our favor eventually, where I had this terrible job where I didn't have anything to do. So I taught myself Photoshop, and then I stumbled on this thing that was buried in somewhere in the internet called the YouTube Creator Playbook. So this was before YouTube had like video tutorials of like, this is how you can be successful on YouTube. And they were doing everything themselves. There was just a PDF doc that was floating around called the YouTube Creator Playbook. That was every best practice for YouTube at the time. It's 2012. And it was like, this is how you should do thumbnails. This is how you should do the metadata on your channel. This is how you should enter titles. There were all these best practices that were like, now it's a cottage industry. of people being like, if you want to be successful making a YouTube channel, you should do this, you should do this, you should let your thing. There's all those videos. None of that. There was just this document floating around. There was an internal YouTube document that people would stumble on. Somehow got my hands on it. And that was part of how we kind of generated that initial success was, all right, we're just going to put ourselves in the best possible position to succeed by following all of these best practices. And lo and behold, then, that helped the show hit that point in between season 1 and season 2 that we'll eventually talk about, where it exploded. But all of these little things of like, we're working regular jobs, trying to make ends meet, and then in the process, finding our way into, I guess I can implement this into our shitty YouTube channel, and lo and behold, people start finding it.
It's not far from what we're trying to do now. I mean, me and Carla both have jobs and we're doing stuff. I mean, we do have creative jobs where we're doing things more in our field and stuff. Yep. But we're also trying to spend our free time doing this, as well as kind of exploring other avenues, what we can do with Most Popular Girls in School, looking at how we could possibly get more content or animate or some other kind of project. And, maybe with the tools that exist now that we'll have a better chance, now that there's things like AI. But I will tell you, AI definitely has not been thoroughly impressing me. So here is, where we record our podcast is on Riverside. There's a platform called Riverside, and they have a thing where AI will listen to the entire podcast and then make you a thumbnail. And so here is the thumbnail that Riverside made. This is for our first video.
It's incredible.
Oh, I mean, honestly, it's not far off. There's a lot of interesting stuff in there. So the hand on this little girl is terrifying. Yeah, because they understood it was a doll, right. So they didn't know what kind. I mean, they aren't doing.
It looks
Barbie,
like a
obviously.
bandaged croissant.
It's problematic, is what it is. So they knew that I was taking pictures. I mean, great, love it. Cool. We got some scripts here.
Oh, scripts. Yep. Those are. Yep. We're talking about writing. I get it. There's an angry girl.
An angry doll.
Sure. An angry bitchy doll.
So they obviously knew that we said we built the school set out of cardboard.
Yeah, I'm impressed by that part. I'm impressed by the
yeah. Look at the little cardboard school that they have going.
The cardboard skylight there. Yeah, a random neon sign that says props. That's great. Props.
Yeah, there's just a lot going on in this, but. I very much enjoyed when this came out. I was like,
let's take a look at it. Let's spend some time on our faces before we leave this, though, because I don't know what it is that they did to your face that made you look like a baby, like simultaneously.
They definitely cleaned me up. I mean, God bless them.
In some, they rounded off your head and cut off some of your hair.
Because I was wearing headphones.
That's right.
So they clearly took that out. So you can kind of see.
Gave you the dumbest smile.
Right. Well, then they gave you this. I mean,
do I have an earring?
Little
do I have a dangly Michael Jordan earring? Is that what that is?
Ooh, hold on. I think you do have an earring.
That's an earring, right?
Also, more props.
Prop singular. Prop.
More prop. Yeah, you do seem to have an earring.
I have an earring. What does that say about my personality? Is it just a shirt? That looks like the kind of shirt the guy with the
you must have had an earring. Maybe they just didn't understand the lamp that's behind you or something.
Maybe.
But now let me show you something else that AI made, because AI made another version, and this one is truly nightmare fuel.
Have I seen this?
No, I don't think you've seen this one.
Oh God, I'm so scared.
So that the first thumbnail had some images some aspects that were a bit of nightmare fuel, and our faces were a little weird. But look at what they did to our faces in this next one. Because this next one, they just straight up made shit up.
Oh God.
How about that?
What the fuck?
Who the hell are those two guys?
Good Lord.
I mean, first off, let me just point out, because now that I didn't notice it before, but now I see it for sure. They absolutely think you have an earring.
Definitely, that's a full-on earring, and that's not just
also. That's not your face.
That
Don't
is
know
not
whose
my
face
face.
that is. It ain't yours.
That's definitely not my teeth. The one thing it got right is that's our dynamic to a T.
Well, and see, I think I gave it a prompt of like make me angry and him laughing, but I didn't think they were just gonna like replace my face with someone else's. Like that's just I don't think I can even make that quite.
Yeah, your head is so round for some reason. There's a rounding to your head that terrifies me and makes you look like a baby. I don't know why
I'm not sure what it is, but I love Pirate You just laughing with the narrating.
Good Lord, man. I look like such a fucking douchebag. I think
these are not the thumbnails we decided to use.
Yeah,
I do enjoy. I think we should do a segment of just like AI's best interpretation. You know, you did some amazing work with AI doing live action MPGIS.
Oh yeah, that's like I have fun playing with AI stuff. I use it a lot in my work. Like I'm working as a graphic designer most days now, so like I use AI a lot, and it can do good stuff. But most of the time, it's fucking garbage like that. Yeah, it's insane.
I don't think it's going to be the solution. I don't think AI will be bringing back MPGIS anytime soon. But who knows?
That's also
we'll try to find some kind of technology.
Yeah, if we can quickly get into a larger conversation. Here's one of the reasons why AI won't ever like fully replace like, oh, they're gonna make AI movies and stuff. Fuck that. Because nobody would have gotten a thing from AI that said, you know what you should do? Pooping Barbies. That's the fucking ticket to having your creative journey take off.
AI never would have figured out, I want to poop
I
here.
want to poop here. But yeah, like that. Okay, so that's a recurring segment on this show every week now is just whatever the previous episodes AI thumbnail was.
What the AI thumbnail is?
Especially when we start bringing in guests.
I'll have to make some more.
When we start bringing in guests, then it's going to get real interesting.
Well, yeah, I'll have to like, we will do some preemptive ones for them.
Oh shit, they're gonna put Dave Hill in blackface. Fuck. Oh god damn it.
Oh no, we better warn it, Dave.
Oh no, Dave, we're so sorry.
Dave, we're gonna get canceled, bro. You gotta clear your Twitter history, bro.
cut it out. But yeah, so we're wrapping up here, but. Please, if you've enjoyed this, send us questions. We're going to do a mailbag episode somewhere down the road here. We would love to talk about all things Most Popular Girls. You can ask us when the next season is. We will give you the same answer we always have. We would love to make one, and we don't know when it will come. But yeah, Mark, any final thoughts on episodes 5 and 6?
No, 5 and 6 are always fun. $57 lunch, classic. Introduction of Lunch Lady Belinda, one of my favorite characters. I love the filthy, disgusting, deplorable characters. And Than, Belinda, these are iconic nightmare fuel people.
Exactly.
And, I love them. So yeah, and also I would love to see some more AI MPGIS slop. So feel free to send me that shit.
Send us good MPGIS stuff and send us shitty Mark and Carlo stuff. That's going to be the most entertaining to me. Please.
Do it now.
If you can do it cool, that'd be great. Yeah, go check out the $57 lunch video too. It's a hidden gem that I love, and you can watch us slowly destroy our intestines.
Yeah, it was a total clusterfuck.
Yeah.
But the best kind.
Yeah.
The kind the internet loves.
But yeah, so hit us up on socials at MPGIS Official. Send us your questions. Send us your thoughts. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, wherever you listen to this. Watch it on YouTube. And yeah, how about we make some more and we'll talk about some more Most Popular Girls videos.
Sounds good. Getting close. We're halfway through season 1.
Yep, we're getting close to that girl getting her arms ripped off.
Finally.
All right, we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.